And on September 30th, he was arrested at the probation department for 4 warrants, and he told his probation officer that if released, he would leave to Mexico. I have it in her notes, and I just read it.
Ms. Portillo, do you want to address that statement allegedly made by Mr. Sanchez?
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Now, Ms. Portillo filed 3 motions for you, Mr. Sanchez. It's a motion to set bond on each of these cases. So I'm going to hear from Ms. Portillo first, because she's the one asking the court to approach and to grant her motions. Once we hear from your lawyer, Mr. Sanchez, the court must allow equal access to the court from the state. So Mr. Sims may have something to add or inform the court of. Once I hear from everyone, Mr. Sanchez, and your attorney may call a witness as well. Once I hear from everyone, then the court will decide whether it's appropriate to grant 1, 2, or all 3 of your motions. It may not be appropriate, but I got to hear the evidence, Mr. Sanchez, and then we'll move forward from there. Okay? Ms. Portillo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Judge. So Mr. Sanchez is currently—
Is that Ms. Sanchez that came on? She needs to be out until you call her, Ms. Portillo. Who brought her?
Sure.
I don't know who brought her. Yeah, whoever brought her in, she needs to stay out till. Thank you.
Okay, there she
All
goes.
right.
Okay. So Mr. Sanchez is remanded without bond on all 3 of these cases, Your Honor. It's an MTR case. He was placed on probation in your court about a year ago, and he's actually been doing just fine until a new offense was alleged that he was arrested on. It's a harassment case with one of the complainants from his probation case. That is in County Court 13, Impact Court. And he has a bond set on that. It's at $10,000. So I'm asking the court to set a bond on his MTR cases to give him the opportunity to bond out, because the MTRs really, the only thing that's alleged is this new number 1. And then along with that is the allegation that he had contact with the alleged complainant, who also produced the new number 1. And so if you look at the original MTR, that's basically what it focuses on. Now there's a supplemental MTR that was filed about 3 days ago, not by his original probation officer, but by somebody else, alleging that he had not done BIP or completed BIP or worked towards completing BIP, and that he had a positive marijuana sample back in January. I have talked to his probation officer, who said that he has started the BIP program and he's actually almost done with it. She really hasn't had any issues with him at all. And his sample given in July was clean. So really, Your Honor, what we're just looking at is this new case. I did confer with Mr. Sims prior to today, asking if he would not oppose a $2,500 bond on each MTR. He said he was in agreement, Your Honor. So that's what we're asking from the court. And that's what, from talking to the family, I understand Mr. Sanchez can afford. And so if the court is not inclined to set bond at that amount, then I probably do need to take testimony from Ms. Sanchez regarding the family's financials to give the court a full picture of what we're dealing with here.
Are you retained or are you appointed, Ms. Portillo?
I am retained, Your Honor.
And state you're okay with the $2,500 until we hear his MTR?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Yes, Marie.
can I give you some information?
You have to announce, because you didn't announce and this was not an MTR.
I understand that, Your Honor, but this is Marie Martinez for probation. I'm the one that did the supplemental MTR, Your Honor. There's some issues with this case, and the defendant was supposed to be on GPS. He has never been on GPS for probation. He was never referred to GPS. You ordered GPS. Also, he just registered for BIP. He was supposed to register within 30 days. He was placed on probation in October. He just registered for BIP with Optimal. And I also wanted to inform the court that the witness is also on probation. The witness for Ms. Portillo is also on probation, the mother of his child. And on September 30th, he was arrested at the probation department for 4 warrants, and he told his probation officer that if released, he would leave to Mexico. I have it in her notes, and I just read it.
Ms. Portillo, do you want to address that statement allegedly made by Mr. Sanchez?
Sure, Ken Judge. So I wasn't there, so I can't really say for a fact whether or not that was said, but
Well, I'm going to say something to you, Ms. Portillo. They're officers of the court, and unless you can give me a reason to not believe what that officer is conveying to the court, I'm going to believe it. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
of course,
asking for some comment.
Sure, and I'm not saying to disbelieve that at all, Your Honor. But Mr. Sanchez, he is a father of 4 minor children, all of which reside here in San Antonio. I will go ahead and give some limited information. I do represent him on a custody matter here as well, where he is pursuing full custody of those children who are under the custody of Miss Sanchez's mother currently. And so I really do not feel that he really meant that comment, if such was said, because he has so much to lose here in San Antonio. He really cares about his children. He's a provider for them. He's always resided in San Antonio. And given that his family can't even afford anything more than a $2,500 bond on each case, I don't believe he has the means to go there. So at this
Would you
point,
agree that that money would be better spent on feeding those kids than taking care of him for not, allegedly complying with his probation?
Of course, Judge, but I will also add that the probation officer said he had provided proof of employment. He's working hard to provide for these children, and he may have made some mistakes in the past. But at this point, he's really trying to better himself. He has a new apartment. He's making space for these children. He's working with the family and people who love these children to really come to a better family unit for these children. And so with that investment in mind, and what he's pursuing, I really do not feel that he's going to be engaged in any further crime, that including leaving the country or bail jumping, Your Honor.
Mr. Sims, I want to know from the state exactly what Mr. Sanchez's pending charges are and what you've agreed to a $2,500 bond on each case. I have that, but I want to know, I need more information as to whether I'm going to approve that agreement or what else I'm going to do with this gentleman. I'm very concerned about the statement he made to probation. Go ahead, Mr. Sims.
Yes, Your Honor. His pending case is a harassment charge. And I would like to note that I conferred with defense counsel prior to knowing about his statements. And now being aware of that information, I would defer to the court on this matter.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Sanchez, more recently, a term has been used, but it pretty much translates into, I didn't just fall off a turnip truck. I just didn't fall out of a coconut tree, Mr. Sanchez, into a space where I don't know what's going on. I practiced family law and child welfare law for almost 17 years. I was board certified, representing children out of families like yours, representing relatives like the ones that are taking care of your kids right now. And I'm not going to have you duplicate your behavior with your kids and imprint them with behavior that's led you to be before me now, with behavior that led to this motion to revoke to be filed. Your second chance was probation, Mr. Sanchez. And you're in here asking for a third, fourth, and fifth chance. No, I'm not going to hear from you. Keep your finger down. And I'm not going to hear from your witness. You've got a darn good attorney, and your behavior is compromising your case. She can't help the alleged facts in this case because you came to her with that. She's professional, she's competent, she's ethical, and she knows what she's telling you. I was all of that as a lawyer, but I would lose my cases because of the behavior that my client would engage in. She can be the best lawyer in town, and she's not going to be able to help you get your kids. Because if I was a judge on the civil side looking at your history, I wouldn't give you your kids, put them at risk with someone like you and your history. So maybe you ought to kiss away those pipe dreams of taking care of your kids until you clean up your criminal matters. And then a judge can seriously look at you for placement. All three motions are denied today. Go think about what you've been doing, Mr. Sanchez. I remanded you without bond because you were already on probation for family violence. And then you go and you get charged with another family violence offense. Maybe it's because you didn't sign up for BIP and don't know what you're doing. You're going to wait and we're going to hear your motion to revoke matter in the very near future, but I'm not releasing you today. Maybe that ought to teach you what to say and not say, not to mouth off to officers that you're going to split to Mexico. Because you know what, Mr. Sanchez? I believe them and I believe you. Because there's a saying, when somebody shows you who they are, the first time, believe them. Don't wait for them to try and clean up what they screwed up a week or two ago by acting their true selves and expressing their true feelings. So no, I'm not going to allow you the latitude to cut that monitor off and leave to Mexico. Someone's taking care of your kids now. They can continue to take care of them. That's it. We're done. Everyone is excused.
I completely compadre.
I told you not to say anything, so that just tells me you're not going to do what I tell you to do. You just proved me right, Mr. Sanchez.
No, not honestly.
Yeah, go ahead and mute him. He's done.
If you are new to my channel, please subscribe as I edit these cases and remove all of the mundane, boring, repetitive stuff. And I even remove the silences, so you get only the juicy bits, which I think are always the best bits. Are looking for another episode that has all the boring stuff cut out and gives you just the good stuff, then here a couple that may interest you. Enjoy.